Oh, your boy was right. I told you so. I told you so. Time and time and time and time again. Tell these Hoyo shills every single day. Hey guys, this is what's gonna happen in the next update. This is what's gonna happen in the next region. They did it in Atlan. It's gonna happen in Nocre. It's gonna happen. Look, guys, it's gonna happen. They're doing it right now. They're doing it right now, guys. This is what's gonna happen. And their response is, dude, why are you rage baiting? Why are you hating? Why are you making up stuff? Just wait for the patch to release. Just wait for Nocre to release. Why are you jumping to conclusions?
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
At the end of the day, your boy was right. And once again, these Hoyo shills are fucking retards. So what is going on in this video? Now, when it comes to the thumbnail, for the thumbnail, I'm literally going to put "I told you so" in the thumbnail because we have a video here made by Jello Impact. You guys might not know him. You guys might know him. He's a content creator for Genshin Impact, and you guys can see for the title of this video, it says, "Is Scofier again? Hoyo is making you pull a Nefa. Flint's info, full testing with Nebulet, Arlecchino, and more." So you guys know Flint's, he's pretty much the character holding the lamp in the lantern in Nocre. Cool looking character, by the way. But apparently Flint's is a lunar whoa, what the fuck? That was a huge stutter right there. He is a lunar charge character. Remember when I said that Nocre is going to be about the lunar mechanic and how these new characters are going to revolve around lunar reactions? They called me a madman. They called me a psychopath. They called me an idiot. They called me a rage baiter. But guess who stands on top at the end of the day? Your boy Faros. Hoyo shows you guys need to learn how to just accept it and just hold the fucking L. Literally. Because you guys are embarrassing yourselves every single day. It's not even every day. You guys have been embarrassing yourselves every year. You guys have been proven wrong multiple times. Every time we warn you guys what's going to happen in the game, what's going to happen in the future, you guys play stupid. You guys play stupid and pretend like Hoyo doesn't have a bad track record. You guys pretend that Natlan doesn't exist. You guys pretend that the Night Soul mechanic doesn't exist. Boss mechanics that revolve around Natlan characters doesn't exist. Stingy and Onslaught doesn't exist. Come on. You guys are so deep in the sunk cost fallacy, bro, to the point where you can't even see Hoyo's true intentions with this game. Genshin has become a cash grab game, bro, and that's just a fact. It's become a cash grab game. Everything they're doing here is just for you to take out that wallet and spend that money. Now, every game, that's their goal, of course, to make money, but Hoyo is just too fucking aggressive with it, to the point where they're not even hiding it. But anyways, let me cut the yapping. We've been talking for like the past 3 minutes here. Let's go ahead and play this video. And guys, once again, your boy was right.
Inefa is the brand new character that has just arrived with version 5.8, and I have tested her on all of her most relevant teams to see if she is an upgrade for any of those characters. But also, she is a Nod Cry character released before the region and is looking to be a best in slot for Flynn's, one of the most anticipated characters. So in this video, we're going to go through all of my testing and the early calcs for Flynn's to help you decide if you should get her and how to make the most out of her if you do. Welcome to Jello Impact, where we build and test every single character.
All right, let's go and take a look at Flynn's here.
Okay,
So this is the next character, Flynn's, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Flynn's, essentially in a Scofier Skirk situation. He needs her to max out the passive. Yes, bro. I love it when... You guys know that feeling when, like, you say something and then you get bashed for it and people just start crashing out on you, saying that you're unreasonable, saying you're toxic. But at the end of the day, you still fucking won. Another is Scofier and Skirk situation. 104k DPS team. I know Anifa, I was about to say Screwcross. What the fuck? Sucrose. 25k DPS drop off without her. Marissa is 109k with I'm assuming that's Mavwika, maybe, I don't know. Flynn DPS goes up when Columbina replaces Ino. Bro, they're really trying so hard to just like they're like I said, guys, they're not trying to hide it anymore, bro. They're not trying to hide it. This is actually insane, bro. Another Escoffier situation where if you don't have the unit that is going to buff that character's damage, characters is underwhelming. When it comes to Skirk, a lot of people like to cope and say, "Oh, you don't need a Escoffier. You don't need to put Skirk in a freeze team." Have you seen anybody use Skirk outside of a freeze team in Spiral Abyss or Stingy and Onslaught? No. Fuck no. And it's the same situation with Flynn's, where, oh, if you don't have a Nifa, go fuck yourself. Because if you guys remember, Anefa, however you say her name, her weapon provides a 40% lunar charge damage boost. And she's able to inflict lunar charge. Not inflict, but she can activate it. Now, I'm pretty sure Flynn's, he can probably activate it. I have no idea. But even if he can activate it, his damage is probably going to be dog shit without an Efa. Unbelievable.
Inefa is an Escoffier Skirk situation. He needs Inefa in the beginning to max out the.
Sorry guys, I'm blocking his face here. I do this all the time. I keep forgetting my cam blocks the video.
Passive, because the artifact set is not 1 or 2 Nodcry characters. It turns.
Hold up. Let me see this. 80 elemental mastery 4-piece only works on field. When you have oh boy, you guys deserve it. No, I don't feel bad. And the reason why I'm crashing out in this video is because I'm so sick of this community, bro. I don't feel bad for y'all. I don't. I'm glad that this is happening. That's what you guys get. That's what you guys get. Every single time we make videos, it's not even just me. A lot of CCs, we make videos criticizing this game. The reason why we do that is to prevent shit like this from happening. But it still happens because guess what? People just take out their fucking wallets, drop that money. You need 2 to 3 Nodcry units on your team to get a 15% and 45% crit rate boost. Also, 10% lunar reaction damage. Notice how they didn't even put lunar charge. They put lunar reaction damage. This set over here is going to be the new Obsidian set in Nodcray. You guys remember that Obsidian set in Natlin, right? How you get a huge crit boost for using Natlin characters, right? Like every single Natlin DPS unit benefits from the Obsidian set. Mavwika, what's her name? The girl that surfs on the freaking shark. I forgot her name. Yeah, Moalani. Yeah, Moalani. This is the new Obsidian set in Nodcray. Total 20% lunar reaction damage. In an off-field set, 20% energy recharge after dealing elemental damage with 2 to 3 so they're dropping two artifact sets. Holy shit, I'm stuttering. They're dropping 2 artifact sets that requires you to put Nodcray units on your team. Ain't no way. After they make characters like Natlin units, where like they made exploration tedious on purpose so that you summon 4 Natlin units so that you can explore Natlin terrain efficiently. Yeah, after they implemented artifact sets like Obsidian, where oh you use Natlin characters that can only benefit from that set. Oh, they put in bosses that revolve around Natlin units. You have the pillar boss that creates a fucking pillar, and if you don't use a Natlin character to climb that pillar, well, have a suit yourself, my guy. Skill issue, bro. Hoyo, you guys are on a roll, man.
Turns out it's actually 2 or 3, which honestly is really, really bad. And I'm going to make a whole video on this ranting because it's just very, very problematic. It totally restricts team building. It hurts things.
Please make that video, Jello Impact. Please, bro. please make a video of you crashing out, bro. I really wanted to make a video crashing out because this is just so fucking annoying, man. And it's what makes it worse is whenever you call this out, bro, these people defend this shit. They defend it and they're like, "Oh, dude, stop complaining." And it's like, when you stop complaining, this is what happens. If you want me to stop complaining, how about the developer stop fucking up the game? And then I'll stop complaining. How about that?
So much. I'm not gonna remake my Llama video just yet because we don't have full calculations, but for Flynn's, this really restricts his team building. This means he basically has one good team, and that is this one. It's gonna be Ino, Inefa, and then Flex, but you have to run both Ino and Inefa, otherwise you're not getting this pass.
Isn't Ino the 4-star Hydro unit, the 4-star Claymore girl, the girl with the freaking ghost jacket, whatever? I don't know, but I think that's Ino.
So if you don't run Inefa, you're missing out on 30% crit rate, 10% lunar reaction damage, another 10% lunar reaction damage, and 120 EM. That is a ridiculous amount of stats to be missing out on.
Good. Good. That's what you guys get. And don't get me wrong, for the people who play Genshin Impact and they understand that the game is flawed, but they still play the game, this doesn't go to you guys. This goes for the hard-headed idiots in the community that can't accept criticism and they're constantly shilling for the game. They deserve it. That's the only way they're going to learn, is when Hoyo just goes full greed and they do shit like this.
Imagine if a character
Have
buffs
fun.
30 crit rate, 120 EM, and 20% lunar reaction damage. That's a cracked kit right there. And that's essentially what is happening when Inefa is on his team. Not only that, Inefa also just does a ton of lunar charge damage, electro resonance, etc. So altogether, this team of Ino with C2, Inefa, and Sucrose is getting...
Remember when Hoyo Shields were trying to cope and say that lunar charge is trash? They're like, oh my gosh, the reaction isn't even worth it, so don't worry about it. What happened to those people? And a matter of fact, let me pull up some of those comments real quick. Hey, look, Camellia, a fucking retard. Look at this over here, guys. Oh man, it feels so good, man, when you call something out and people literally just berate you. They literally brigade you and say, dude, no, you're wrong. And at the end of the day, you were still right. Everyone is up in arms over a reaction that is equal, if not worse, than base electro charge. But we're the same people who were fine with Nilou over doubling Bloom's damage with the unique reaction exclusive to her. The moral inconsistency of people is impressive. Notice how they try to downplay lunar charge by only talking about the base damage. They're like, oh no, it's a trash reaction because of the base damage. It's like, nigga, the characters from Nod Crate are dealing direct lunar damage. They're dealing direct lunar damage. There's a difference between the elemental reaction damage and direct damage. Characters like Flynn's is going to deal direct lunar charge damage. That's the fucking problem. But they can't see that far ahead. There's like, their brains are too slow. So it's like they're still trying to process what the fuck is going on and what Hoyo is trying to do with Nod Crate. So this guy right here, clearly a fucking idiot. And this right over here, ladies and gentlemen, is the cherry on top. The comment that is highlighted in gray is the cherry on top, because this is what we call peak brain rot, and you just making a false equivalence just to go ahead and glaze the game. This person is trying to make it seem as if you complaining about lunar mechanic is equivalent to you complaining about characters having different skills. What? Are you, that's the best you can do? So if I complain about the Pillar Boss and Spiral Abyss and how, oh, if I don't use a Natlan character, then, you know, this boss literally punishes me for not using a Natlan character, or the Cryo Automaton boss where you have to put cryo characters against that boss, you literally have to use at least one cryo unit against that boss in order for you to, you know, deal with that boss's bullshit mechanic. Me complaining about that mechanic is equivalent to me complaining about hilichurls. It's equivalent to me complaining about slimes. It's equivalent to me complaining about Pyro Regisvine. You see how stupid your argument sounds?
9,000 with Moika. So with C6, I know because Varese is using C6 Eonson and C6 Chevers on this team. So if we're comparing apples to apples, that should put Flynn's at or above Varese's power level with his on-release team, which would mean that with the release of Columbina, who I expect to replace Ino, that he's going to reach close or above, or like around above or below Skirk levels of DPS by that time, assuming Skirk is in her same state and doesn't get a buff. So overall, I would say that Flynn's is looking like a very strong character, and you
Skirk getting a buff. I think he's saying that because if you don't put Skirk in the freeze team, then it's just raps for you.
Really need Inefa. It's looking like a 25k DPS loss or more. It might be 35. Like, it's looking like a huge DPS loss. Very
Not surprised.
similar to the Skirk Escoffier situation. And also, if you lose a Nefa, you also lose a defensive option, and Shalon is not nearly as good, so it's looking pretty rough. If you want to get Flins, I highly recommend getting a Nefa. I'm sorry, that's just what the situation is. I don't like it. Hopefully they change it. That's what it is. For Nova,
They're not gonna change shit, bro. They're not gonna change anything. And that's pretty much all. That's literally it when it comes to this video. That's it. We already saw. Oh wait, he's doing a rant right here. He's doing a rant. Let's go and watch the rant. Let's see the rant, guys.
I could see her value rising or falling with Nod Cry. By the way, my predictions of Yelan and Nahida are pretty much confirmed by the prediction man as being the characters, so just like a little bit of respect on my name for predicting those two. But I can see Inefa being still a valuable part of Nod Cry teams just because she's a Nod Cry character and is going to enable this crazy artifact set.
What a shocker. Oh, the next Nod Cry, the first Nod Cry character. Really good with Nod Cry units. Oh.
Synergy, and I really don't like the way that Genshin is doing this. And I don't know how many 4-star Nod Cry characters are going to have. It's like Natlin, but even worse because it's not just Scroll. I actually always found Natlin not that bad because you just need a Natlin character. They have Scroll, yay. But with Nod Cry,
yeah, this is 10 times worse because now it's like now they're literally trying to they're literally implementing a whole new mechanic, a whole new reaction, right? New reaction, and they're making 2 artifact sets revolve around this new reaction already. And the 2 characters that are dropping in 6.0 revolve around the new reaction. Are you
having to have 3 out of your 4 characters be from Nod Cry? It's like, hope you didn't want to use any of your old characters ever again. Hope you just want to use new characters. Like, bro, come on. Hopefully that.
Apparently, you're being unreasonable according to these Hoyo shills, because if you're complaining about an artifact set that is catered to, you know, the brand new mechanic, the brand new reaction is going to be introduced in Nod Cry, you complaining about that is equivalent to you complaining about Emblems of Severed Fate. It's equivalent to you complaining about a set that is universal and easily accessible to any unit in the game. Any unit in Genshin Impact can use Emblem of Severed Fate, that energy recharge set from Inazuma. Everybody can use that shit. But apparently that's equivalent to you complaining about a restrictive artifact set, a predatory set. People are fucking retarded, man. But yeah, guys, like, boy was right. I was right. I was right. I was right. I was right. And whatever happens in 6.1, in 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, 6.5, 6.6, 7.0, 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, yada, 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 I was right. Everybody that called out the lunar reactions and that, no, Hoyoverse, they were going to take a step further after Natlin, you guys were right. We were right. Hoyo shills, you guys deserve this shit. Seriously, I have no remorse. You guys deserve this. This is what you get when you go out your way to attack anybody who tries to criticize the game. This is what you get. Because when you glaze the game too much, that's what happens. They put artifact sets that is locked behind Nod Cry characters. They put in units like Flynn's, who revolves around a new mechanic that only one character can activate. Not only activate, but she can buff as well. I think Flynn's can activate it too, but once again, he is a 5-star character. So it's like, even though he can activate it, the damage increase from it coming from a Nefa. It's like, dude. L after L after L after L after L for Hoyo, man. This community is not even a community, the devs, they're just, when it comes to Hoyo in general, you guys just keep taking the L. Just accept it. Accept that you guys are fucking cooked. There's just no way that you guys can redeem yourselves from this shit. There's no turning back. No turning back. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Adios.